Hey, what's up? We're back. I know I haven't been putting out my videos, but I'm still recuperating from a flu. I would say flu-like symptoms, fever, and massive headaches. And I'm still putting up some videos today. I'm not feeling 100%, but I'm holding myself accountable, and I am making these videos because this is what we talk about, accountability, where I try to show my friends and followers that it doesn't really matter how much you do. It's just about doing a little bit every day. And you watch all these great influencers saying that small steps is better than no steps, right? So this is part of it. And you can't just preach it, you gotta practice it, right? And that's what I try to do. So today's topic, I was having a really in-depth conversations with a couple of coworkers about home buying, right? Home purchasing, right? We were getting the age after your 30s, in your mid 30s, on your 30s, you see everybody buying homes, you see everybody taking that next step in their journey in life with their families, and they're getting married, and you're kind of in that loophole, like you want to buy the house, but not everybody, I believe, is ready to buy a house. And I studied finance. I've majored in finance, so finance is very it's numbers, right? It's just basically black and white. But thanks to the financial system we have in this country, they can make a lot of gray areas, and they can give situations where they might not be able to actually afford a home. You can go ahead and get one, and they can give you all these creative tools and creative loans that will give you that opportunity. But as we learned in 2009 or 2008, then 2008, with the crash with the housing market, it wasn't that fruitful. I mean, yes, everybody was able to purchase homes, and it was an easy process. I was in the banking industry. I was the one, writing the loans, but it still didn't make sense to me. But obviously, you were just working, so you had to basically do as you're told. But a lot of us, including myself, we in this society, we have that. And Jay Shetty says in one of his videos, like, we don't believe in delaying gratification. Everything is instant, right? So you wanna lose weight. Hey, we can show you 1 week, a 7-day program, and you can lose weight in 7 days, or work out for 10 minutes a day, and you'll lose weight in a month or 2 weeks, or get rich in 6 months or 3 to 6 months. You have a lot of these really get rich quick, get fit quick. What else we have out there? All these type of find a relationship quick and build. Like, what I've noticed building my channel, building my Instagram, and building followership and audience, it takes time and a lot of work. And there's no type of bypass you can purchase. There's no type of I would say, secret code like we used to play back in the days of video games. You would buy certain secret codes, and you would use those codes, and you will have like all the weapons, and all you guys that are big Super Nintendo fans, you will buy these codes, and you go into the game with cheat codes, and you destroy the computer, because you already had the weapons, right? You didn't have to go through all the levels to purchase each weapon. I mean, to actually access each weapon. So it's kind of like, I think in life, you see that, including myself, patience is very important. And off topic, I know I was going in the home purchasing topic. In home purchasing, I think it's the same concept, because I think we want to. Sorry, that's my dog. He's like super excited. We all want to have that home, right? Everybody has different meaning to it, a different accolade to it, or whatever it might mean to them personally, and that's okay. We all have our own views and our own way of thinking, but that's okay. But what I'm trying to say basically is, I think a lot of us just try to tie our success to that home buying experience, right? And until you do that, you're not successful, and that's a bad way, I think, to look at it. Like, yes, the home is great and stuff like that, but you got to be careful on the advice you also get. If you're getting the advice from a real estate sales agent, they're gonna try to basically tell you you're ready, you have enough income, you have enough, you know, whatever it is that the requirements are to get the home. But technically, there's a lot of cost associated with purchasing a home. It's not just you pay your mortgage, insurance, and taxes. You also have a lot of other expenses. You have, for example, you have any type of home repairs, which is something that comes up unexpectedly. You can never predict when. If it's 3 to 6 months, if it's 1 year, if it's as soon as you move in. You have any type of maintenance care, like you have your lawn maintenance, your gutters might need to be cleaned. You might need to do some type of who knows, any type of bathroom work, pipe, electrical work, and this is all expensive work. This is not a couple of $100. We're talking about a couple of thousands of dollars for just fixtures. So you want to be prepared for that. It's part of the home processing, home buying experience. But we're not sold that. We're sold this dream. Like, even when I can think about it, I was talking about it today. I was talking about it when I was younger, when I used to go to my interviews. They were like, what do you want to do in life? And I was like, oh, I want to have the American dream, and I want to buy my home. And where does that come from? Like, we're still, this is instilled in us as we're young. Like the home is the dream. But, then I look at, as I get older, I feel like I appreciate, respect my friends that have their homes, and I'm happy for them, and I feel like, hey man, like, you did it, you're doing it, great. If you're comfortable and you're able to do it, there's nothing wrong about it. But I feel like when you're trying to squeeze yourself to get, you're trying to pull numbers here, try to squeeze yourself in that situation to just have a home, just to say you have a home, it's kind of dangerous, because now not only do you have to, which I see various people that I know that have to work multiple jobs just to pay a mortgage for a home. There's nothing wrong with working multiple jobs, but think about it. You're gonna be unhappy working, countless hours at jobs you probably hate, extraordinary amount of hours. You're gonna be exhausted. Might not even have time to be spending it with your family. There's a lot of negatives to it, but hey, you're gonna have your home. So hey, everybody has their own perspective. So again, take it like a grain of salt from my perspective. But I just want to share with you, because I feel like nowadays I see more and more, especially with the housing market and everything. But the houses are really expensive, especially in New York. For basically us, the millennials, if I'm considered a millennial, I'm not sure, but it's gonna get really hard for us to purchase a home, especially in New York. To come down with at least 20%. If you ever follow this great, I read a book that changed my financial life, even if I wasn't in finance. But the book is called by Dave Ramsey. I believe it's called Snowball Effect. I thought it was called, but look him up, Dave Ramsey. I have a while. I read it about 3 years ago, but the book tells you, like, he gives you steps on when you're ready to buy a home, and we don't want to hear that. He's realistic, he don't want to. You never want to hear realistic goals. Like for example, for me, what I'm trying to grow here, my thing is gonna take time. It's time, patience, and do the work. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear, like, hey man, 3 months, you're gonna be blowing up. You're gonna have a lot of followers, a lot of subscribers. You're gonna be doing great. And that's probably not the reality of it, right? Unless obviously you get lucky. But most of the time, it's doing the work, being persistent, and putting out content. And that's the same thing when it comes to home buying. It's something that we don't want to hear the actual reality of it. You need to have all your, as they say, crossing out all your X's and O's before you buy your home. There's a lot of websites, a lot of blogs out there that will tell you, like, this is what you need to get a home, before you get your home. And make sure you get your advice from independent resources, not a real estate brokerage website that is giving you advice on how to know when you're getting ready to buy a home, because their advice might be biased in the sense that they're selling you the home. They want to get you to buy that home as fast as possible. So even if you're not ready, excuse me if I sound weird, I'm really congested, but even if you're not ready, as long as you have income and your salary and you can afford the payment, they're gonna get you in, right? But they're not gonna take into consideration maybe you have debt carried into the house. Maybe you have credit cards, student loans, financing a car. You have that loan, car loans. So all this debt comes into that to play, right? From what I remember when I was in banking, you had something called DTI, which is debt to income ratio, and most of back in 2008, it was really they wouldn't really matter about the percentages. They'll give a loan basically to anybody. But now it's gotten a lot much harder. So they want to see your debt a lot lower than your income. So your debt includes your household expenses, includes credit cards, student loans, car loans. It includes all these things that we might not think they're considering, right? But for the most part, I've been seeing they've been getting a lot more slack on giving people loans, and it's scary because you can make that payment, but you get hit with one bad, rainy day, as they say, and you might not have that 3 to 6 months emergency fund that will cover you in your home expense, and you would have to be basically either get a second job to get money to pay for your repair, or at that moment what you're gonna do, what everybody does, you whip out the plastic, the credit card, right? Or take out another loan, and now you have another piece of debt tied to your mortgage. And if you thought paying your mortgage was hard, imagine trying to pay your mortgage plus another loan. So it's a lot of costs that come associated with buying a home, and there's a lot of channels here that will give you guys a breakdown and exactly what it takes, right? And of course, I'm no guru in it, but I just wanted to share it because as I get older and we come to that age when you're hitting your mid-30s, everybody's buying homes, everybody's getting a family, and you kind of start to feel like you're missing out, right? The FOMO, which is fear of missing out, right? And I want you guys to know it's okay. You don't have to. Hey, Rocky, sorry, you want to come up here? Come on, come. So apparently we have a star now. Come on. Come on. So I want you to. Sorry about that. I want you to understand that it's okay to wait. And the concept of, and which every real estate sales guy is gonna tell you is, oh, you're throwing away money. You're throwing away money. If you're paying rent, you're throwing away money. Hey, listen. If you guys want to leave comments on here, you want to have a debate, that's great. That's what we're looking for here. But you're buying patience. As Dave Ramsey says in one of his videos, he says you're buying patience. You're being patient to jump into something you're actually going to be comfortable to actually do. Not jump into it not knowing what the repercussions might be, whether you might not actually be able to afford it, because you got to also take into consideration taxes, insurance, commute, child care if you're not going to be able to be near your home. And you might have to move a lot further away from the city. You might have to be a lot more in the suburbs because city prices right now, any houses, especially in New York, they're insane. So, but I feel like as far as us millennials, I think we should just be patient, and understand you have all your X's and O's that crossed off, in the sense of you want to have at least an emergency fund set aside. You want to have at least 20% for the house. For the house payment, for the house mortgage, and this will eliminate any PMI, any type of FMA loan or FHA loan. Sorry, you're gonna be going into legit in the sense that you're not gonna be paying extra fees and extra interest for not having the 20%. I mean, you could do it by all means the other way, but I think a home, if it's not for an investment purpose, as if in you're buying it and you're going to be making money off of it as a rich dad, poor dad, or if you live in a house and you buy a 2 or 3 unit and you make rent off of it and you get income and you pay and the house pays itself and now you're able to live rent free, that's a whole different ballgame. But if you're doing it for yourself or one family and you're paying everything out of your pocket, I think it really makes no sense, because you're going to be more stress on yourself that you shouldn't be having, So my message for you today is, always inform yourself highly, before you make any big decisions, and that's one. And two, really sit down with yourself and do the numbers, do the math, and calculate, can I really afford this mortgage? Can I really afford the expenses that come with it? And if you want to do it as a gauge, you can try it for 3 months, like while you're renting. Put it as if you were to be paying for a mortgage, and kind of gauge yourself if you can actually do it. And if you can do it and it looks manageable, then go ahead. But to force yourself into a situation, like getting all the little tricks here and there to get in, and then to have to not, either not be able to pay it, or be stressed, or have to find ways to pay it, I'm sorry, I can't sign up for that. So again, this is my 2 cents on it, and I hope you guys are doing well on your home purchasing, on your home purchasing process. Maybe you guys bought a house, great. Maybe you guys are looking for one, even better. Have patience, take time, and be okay with, having patience. And it's okay to wait for everything. Everything doesn't have to be in an instant. Just remember, once you have that purpose in your mind, everything starts opening up, and you start figuring out ways. You start figuring out situations where you can actually find ways to actually buy your home. Maybe you can get a better job, or get a side hustle, whatever it may be, to save up to buy your home. But do yourself a favor and don't feel like you're missing out on anything. This dream that we've been sold, since we were younger, it's been instilled in us since we were young. And I think that was part of the back in the days generations of our parents. That was like the success goal. And if they bought their house, which was a lot cheaper than what it is now, they felt like they had success in this country. And I think now, well, as millennials and all these Generation X, we just want to be happy. And in a home, if you can't afford it, and you have to find different jobs and work different means, and both the couples have to work, and you barely see your partner because you're both working 12, 16-hour days to pay your mortgage, that for me does not define happiness, right? So we're trying to be happy in life, and just be happy. But again, if that's happiness for you, then I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm just saying, like Gary Vee says, maybe the house might not be the most important thing. Maybe you got to find something you love doing first and monetize it, and then you think about the house. So if you have any comments, please share, like the video, and stay tuned for tomorrow's videos. Take care.